See?
Geez, I just wanted to ask Bob, just speaking of coming back, I think you run a club or you certainly book a club. How do you feel like with comedy since the pandemic? Like, has it recovered? Do you think, since the pandemic?
It's recovered, but like you're dealing with people that, it hurts a lot of people that don't make money, that don't make a lot. They don't have that extra income. So, and most of the club, we just do what we do and nobody says anything. If you're funny, you can get away with it. If you're not funny, you can't get away with it. And it just doesn't work. So, but yeah, I mean, comedy is okay. It's doing good. It's not doing great.
Do you think, just tagging off what Dean said, but do you think in a way that podcasting helps raise a comedian's profile more than actual stand-up these days?
It can, it totally can. I mean, I don't think we're at those numbers yet, but if we do get to them, you'll see people coming to the shows more, and that's when it's easy. Then you're into my fucking lion's den. I'm fucking God there. So, the radio's fucking great and that shit, but stand up is, you're going to be shocked. Most people make it on YouTube and they go to see their stand up and they're like, it's not that funny. So it's the opposite. So we have it in a good way.
I get some hilarious stand-up topics you could use if you want. Nobody ever jokes about them. Get ready to laugh, okay?
I'm getting a pen. Go ahead.
Right.
Got a head on it.
First, speaking of head on stuff, what about Donald Trump? He has funny hair. Have you ever noticed?
Yeah, it's hard to, it's like, it kind of floats. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, you see? Okay, I got you. And, it's like, it's like
something there.
It's parted to the side, the right side.
He has overly tanned skin. Have you noticed that?
Yes. You know what I mean? That's why he loves the black people, because he wants to be one. You see? But he's using the wrong stuff. He's orange now. So, but
yeah,
it's like he's a giant Cheeto.
Yeah.
And also you could make fun of his weird voice. You could do an impression. Nobody ever does Trump impressions.
That's true. We're gonna make it big, real big, bigger than my dick. Yeah, I like it.
I heard you actually do have quite a big dick. Can we see it?
No, it's morning dick right now. It's it's early afternoon. I just woke up. It's small when it's like, you know what I mean, just sitting around.
Do you mean early morning or MOURNING?
No. In the morning it's up, and then it's like in the midday. It's like, hey, nothing's going on.
Yeah,
and then it wakes up again at night.
But of course,
after it eats, it has to eat first.
Don't feed it after midnight. But of course, I gotta ask. We're talking about comedians and stuff. We mentioned them earlier, the great Chad Zumock. Now, I always have to start off by saying I like Chad, and I have no reason to talk shit about him. He's only ever been cool with me. I think that he's kind of the victim, so to speak, at the minute of a pylon, which I don't like, because with Stuttering John, he was a dick to a lot of people, but with Chad, I think that he had a fallout with one or two people, which then caused others to jump on that feud and make it a bigger deal. But of course, we were talking about how, Bob, like, you really don't get into beefs or anything like that. But in the last few months, it would seem that the feud between Chad Zumock and Anthony Cumia has gotten seriously personal, where it's gone from trading a few barbs back and forth like us hilarious guys.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But with Anthony and Chad, it seems to have gotten really personal really quickly, and there's like literal accusations of like legal activity or anti-legal or whatever the fuck the word is. So, for your perspective, Bobster, what's your opinion on the Anthony and Chad feud that's going on?
It's to me, it's like, it's stupid. You know what I mean? It's like, you gotta take a joke. If something happens to you, be the first to make fun of it and move on, because then if you don't respond to it, it goes away. You know what I mean? It's like a fat chick waiting for a menu. It leaves, it goes away. But if you respond to everything that's said to try to get your point out in a serious way, it's hilarious. It's going to continue because it just doesn't. It's not the way it works.
Yeah, and I would say that in this day and age where like everybody's got a following, but nobody's huge. So I really don't see how having feuds like that can help people in any way, especially because with Anthony, he has that type of fan base where if he says, I like potato chips, then everybody's going to suddenly like potato chips. Amy Schumer would be an Anthony Cumia fan.
Oh yeah.
But with the Chad stuff, I don't get why he seems to want to fight these people with much larger audiences because that's the one. I was listening to WATP today,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about the fact they had another guy on saying that Chad wasn't funny, and I don't agree with that. I think that Chad is funny, but what it is they've taken a comedy set he's done where he bombed. And even fucking Jerry Seinfeld bombed. Even Aziz Ansari hasn't been funny once or twice. The funniest guy in the world. Amy Schumer at Saturday Night Live was only a 9 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10. Like nobody's funny always, all the time. But I think that with Chad and Anthony, I think this is really going to backfire on Chad in a bad way. Plus, I don't think Anthony's the type to hold grudges. I think
No.
yeah,
No.
I think apart from Opie, he would be willing to let bygones be bygones.
I could see them. I could see Chad doing a show one day. When he's in town. In person, it's different. You know what I mean? It's a different flow, I guess, instead of hearing about it. But it's like nobody's safe. There's nobody safe. You have to realize that. I try to tell him that. I said, you just come up and you do a show. And you. Whatever, you just fucking, there's nothing to get mad about. We're all in the same thing. We all, want to do good.
Yeah, and Chad has this unfortunate habit of saying stuff that, taken out of context, can come across like he's making a threat.
Well, it's maybe because sometimes, okay, when he posts stuff and then deletes it, he'll go pretty rough on some and then he'll delete it. So then it's like maybe, he was drinking that night and he just fucking was like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. But it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sorry.
I think with Chad, he acts on emotion too much and rather than stopping and thinking. For me, the biggest thing was his talking about being cool in high school. Like, who gives a fuck, man? Like, what? That's embarrassing to talk about that. Like, stop and think for a minute. Don't put that out on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I was like shy in high school because I was stoned all the time, and that's how it affected me. I mean, I just played sports, and then that's it. That's how I hung out with people that were cool, I guess, and then I hung out with my regular friends. But I mean. I don't even look back at you. You change so much over into your teens, your 20s, your 30s. It just keeps change. You keep changing all the time. So you can't look back at you can't look at life isn't a baseball card that you look on the back of it and go, look what he did here. It's not like that.
Yeah, back when I was a teenager, I was obsessed with superheroes and Oasis and always trying to get drunk and didn't want to have to go to work and all this stuff. But thankfully, I grew out of that.
Yeah. You see? No, but the whole thing is, it's like you had a certain thing. Whoever had money was buying the beer or the weed, It was like, you were like a small village, You'd put your money together to be able to get fucked up every night. And that's what you did, but you couldn't, I couldn't do that, live like that now.
Yeah, I think that with Chad, like you said, I totally agree. I think him and Anthony will probably be cool by the end of the year.
Which one?
I'd say that if the next time the big dog Kev and you're on, I say bring Chad on with Anthony, and I bet you there'd be a gay old festive time.
Yeah, it should be when he's in town. You know what I mean? Because you don't want to come on screen like that. And you try to defend yourself.
Is he allowed to come to town though?
Yeah, why? Why?
I,
You
I
can't.
thought I thought his legal issues meant that he couldn't leave. What is it, Florida?
No, I don't think that's true. I never heard so. I never heard of a thing where he was allowed to run around his own state. I never heard something like that for something like whatever he did, what he pleaded for. You know what I mean? I don't think that would say you have to stay in town. I don't think so.
Well, now that he's cool with Kev again, we get him in with Anthony, then Chrissy, and then maybe we can have Gino and Chad fix it up because they seem to be feuding a bit at the minute, trading barbs. But
Yeah.
uh, but I have to say that as a fan and as a listener, I think we're in a real golden age
Hmm.
of pop comedy podcasting because now I have to check out Levyland to see
Hmm.
what happens next, and I have to check out Missy Loves Company to see beautiful Kev's big blue eyes. I have to see Compound. I have to see Sit Down Zumock, WATP.
Hmm.
Fucking I can't remember Chrissy. Oh, the Chrissy Mayer podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to check out all these shows to see what's going on. But at the same time, I think it would be better as a listener for all you comedians to be getting along and yucking it up on the air with the hilarious Pete Davidson stories.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that we're going to yuck it up no matter what, whether people are friends or not. It's still going to be the same. It's going to be vicious. It's going to be a little hurtful. And it's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Like I told him with Christy, I go, you should go on her show, come say, look, I want to come on the show and then talk about it, and go like that. That's how you do. That's how you fix things. You don't fix it. Like Gino was going off on me. And I said, I'll just see when I see him. I went up, he's yabbing about me and I'm in the green room and he goes, yeah, I love that guy, but he's mad. And then I came in and it's like, it ends everything. It's like, we're not enemies. We're just having a different view on things. That's okay.
Yeah, I think Gino's great, but I think a lot of his feuds are in here instead of actually like he thinks about a disagreement too much, and then it leads to him thinking, "Ah, fucking Levy's fucking banned
Well,
forever."
I
And
think
then,
it's
oh
when
hi, Bo.
he sees a tweet. I think this deals with a lot of people. If they see a tweet, if you like it, if you write ha ha, if you do this, people get, people look at it and go, ah, he's against me, but it don't mean shit. It's nothing. Twitter is a place you go and have fun and just laugh, and whatever.